Sometimes it's right in front of our face. Who remembers the McDowells in Coming to America? You know, they act like they were this company, but they were this company, the McDowells. It was a funny joke in a movie, right? Dark-skinned man has a restaurant kind of made after the YT version, you know? Well, when I ask ChatGPT, what are the surnames in history that have a definition or etymology of being of a brown or black complexion? Guess what comes up as one of the names of a brown or a dark complexion? McDowell, like Mr. McDowell. Like the meaning is the descendants of someone called the Dark One. Because why would a YT person in Europe, Ireland, why would they call themselves the Dark One? People would say, well, some had darker skin. Come on now. I ain't never heard of a non-paler skinned pale person call themselves that and say, I'm the Dark One. So let's get into more of these surnames that came up on this list. Brown. Now that's pretty easy. Brown. I'm of a brown complexion, right? Your last name is Brown. Some people didn't associate that with the complexion. I didn't, to be honest with you. Black. Similar, right? Of a very dark complexion, whatever. Makes sense. There are people with the last name Black. YT people and black people, or so-called black, right? Today. But obviously there's something about this. Why would there be so many YT people in the European country with these last names? But let's look at more. Blackman or Blakeman, Brunson, right? I say right because it's like the son of the brown son. It says the son of the brown-skinned, brown-haired one, okay? Brown's son, all right? Black man, the black complexion, dark complexion man. Okay, these are pretty self-explanatory, some of them. Darker swarthy. Now, I haven't seen that too much, but there are some. Swart, and we'll get to the Schwartz. But you got that, meaning if there's some people with the last name that meant the dark-skinned one, because swarthy means a dark-skinned person, not a somewhat darker skinned pale person of the paler person. No, that's crazy. And swarthy. And then you got Downey up here, you know, like your boy Robert Downey Jr. Now somebody would say he's a little dark complexion, yeah, in that light, okay? And he might be a little bit darker than some of the paler skinned folks, but you have never in your life looked at Robert Downey Jr. and said, damn, he dark than a mofo. But Downey means descendant of the dark one, from the dark place, or descendant of a dark one. Doolin, descendant of a little dark one. You got some French names. Brun, like Brunson. We'll get to Brunson, but there's some Brunsons. LeBrun, not like LeBron. I thought about that too, but it's, very close. Moreland or Morin. I'm sorry, Moreau, whatever. Lemoyne. I've seen some Lemoynes. Lemoyne says it is reference to a Moorish or darker complexioned person. Now here we'll get back. We're on the Duffs. Duff. They put that in your face. Now it's been other places. You got the YT show that's called Duff, but the Duff beer from The Simpsons. You know, where did they get that name? The Irish people. They drink all that beer. Funny how the color of the bottle is brown, but typically that's the color. I ain't gonna lie. But Duff is in there. And you got Duffy, Old Duffy, and Duff, Old Duff. Now, my father just this weekend told me he used to play with his cousins, the Duffies. And it means black-haired, or black complexioned. Okay? Now, somebody might say black hair, so you can try to say with that one, you can try to say, I guess this man would have the black hair complexion, if you go by that. But my dad played with some brown-skinned complexioned Duffy's. Okay, you have the McDowells, like I showed you, the Dows, right? Like McDowells, Dooleys, and McDowells mean a descendant of the dark one. Okay, the Dooleys, descendant of a dark hero. Okay, I know some black skin, dark skin complexion Dooleys, not black. Black's not really the color; it's copper. But Downey, like Robert Downey Jr., like we saw, right? Doolin, the dark one. Then you have here Coley, coal, like you're black, like coal. And this isn't the only one. Watch right here, coal, Cole, Old English coal, like dark, coal, black. And C3 Mommy was just showing this person, Cole, which I had found some time ago, but this is like a full-blooded Indian. Last name, Cole. The Cravats had married into the Coles, and then the Cravats and Coles, eventually the Cravats who got their so-called, they basically married into there to get the Indian, which was a Cole, which would have been a black-skinned person, right? Married into that line and then created, she would have been a mulatto in a sense if this person was YT, Cravat. And then that person, I think, got married to the Colberts or the Loves. I mean, one of the two, some of the sort. But long story short, coal goes far back, meaning dark like coal. I never would have even thought that one. Collier, like your boy Michael Collier. You know what I'm saying? There's also your other Michael Colliers. Because like we say, they stole the surnames. Why would you name yourself something that's like of a coal or a black? Crazy. Because these people didn't know what names they were taking. They were just given these names haphazardly at some point when they got naturalized coming over in many cases. So it's like identity theft in some cases. Some cases it was just they got the names given to them, whatever. But for the most part, yeah, there's no good reason why these people should have all of these names that reference a dark-skinned, brown-skinned, black complexion type person. Dunn, right? There's a lot of black Dunns. And we know the first lieutenant governor of Louisiana in 1865 was a Dunn, and I've done all kind of stuff about the Dunn. Y'all already know. Kelly, meaning Keol or whatever, connected to Keol, like coal, Keol or whatever, dark colored, okay? The most famous Kelly that we know, right? Right here, regardless of the controversy. That's your dark-skinned Kelly. I ran a long time, but here's the Scandinavian, Svartman, and Brun, and all of these things, Stroner and Trunol, and all of these Moras, but there were dark complexion people, surnames in these areas. France, you got these right here, Brun, all of these, Dunn, Dooley, we've seen those already, right? Brun, and Moro. Lenoir, like Noir, right? Moro, all of these got more in the name. Noir, Noir, like dark, right? Here's one I thought that was interesting in South India. Krishna, like Hare Krishna. Krishna means the dark one. Now, the dark-skinned one. Now, they're dark-skinned with long hair over there, different type of people, but still. Now, German, you got names like Schwartz, like Schwarzenegger, like your boy Arnold Schwartz, meaning black, Nigar, meaning Nigar, right? If you need to find that, that's what the Negro in an old Spanish book from 1659, Niger. Same thing in a more current one, whatever, same thing. That's where the word derives from. So yes, his last name is literally the black Niger, but okay. There's some more Italians and Spanish names. Portuguese, others. Most of them referring to the word Moor or Negro inside the name, which helps give even more credit to the words that actually have the word black, brown, whatever already in them, right? Morris, Morrison, Maurice, Moro, Morel, Merrill, all these kind of names, Moro, Moore, right? That's all in America today, all amongst our same people. So it's not surprising that you would see the same thing in last names from over there too. People with the last name Prieto or Pardo or Moreno or Morena or Moro or Maron. And they put it in your face. They put it in your face in so many ways. Did you know they were so accurate with using McDowell to make fun of McDonald's? Almost like a real play in your face on identity theft that you wouldn't even catch.